If you're 65 to 80 and can do these 8 things, you're bound to live past 100. Hello everyone, I am Dr. David. I have spent more than 20 years observing thousands of patients in their later years. There is one question that has always haunted me. Why is it that some people in their 80s still walk with the grace and sharpness of a young person, while others who have just reached 60 feel like their bodies are an old, broken-down car, falling apart day by day? The truth is, aging is not a uniform downward slope for everyone. Modern geriatric science has proven that our bodies are constantly sending out hidden signals. It tells us whether it is regenerating or degenerating. If you are between the ages of 65 and 80 and can perform the seemingly simple things I am about to share below, congratulations. You are not just healthy, you possess the golden ticket to reach 100 with incredible clarity and dignity. We are not just talking about living long. We are talking about living brilliantly until the very last moment. Before we dive into the first 4 signs, I want you to perform a small but meaningful action. Please click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because the journey to long life is not a sprint. It is a marathon that requires companionship, knowledge, and discipline. Do not miss out on the medical secrets that help you stay young every day on our channel. Now, let us discover how well your engine is performing. We begin with sign 1. The ability to stand on one leg for 10 seconds. Most people think balance is a small matter, but for a geriatrician like me, it is the barometer of longevity. Why is 10 seconds the deadly number? To stand steadily on one leg, the body must conduct a flash consultation between 3 systems. Vision. The eyes send signals about spatial position. Vestibular system, inner ear acts like a builder's level, determining the tilt. Proprioception. Nerves in the soles of the feet and ankles tell the brain how pressure is being distributed. As you age, the connection between the brain and nerve endings wears down. If you cannot hold it for 10 seconds, it means your neural communication circuit is experiencing interference. A shocking study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine tracked 1,702 people for over a decade. The result? Those over 70 who could not stand on one leg for 10 seconds had a risk of death from all causes twice as high over the next 10 years compared to those who could. It is not just about falling. It is a general decline of the central nervous system. Alina, a 77-year-old patient of mine, used to be unable to stand for more than 3 seconds. She was often afraid of stepping off curbs because she felt the world was tilting. I told her, Alina, treat brushing your teeth as training time. Every morning and evening, she held onto the sink and lifted one leg. After 3 months, she could not only stand for 12 seconds, but her posture was straighter, and her confidence returned. She said, I am no longer afraid of the stairs. Practical exercise. I want you to do this right now. Please stand up and step away from the screen for a moment. Step 1. Stand near a sturdy surface, a chair or table, for safety. Step 2. Look straight at a fixed point on the wall. This is the trick to lock your vision. Step 3. Lift one leg. Expert tip. Slightly engage your core muscles. The core is the axis of the gyroscope. If you can do it for 10 seconds, breathe a sigh of relief. Your nervous system is still remarkably young. Sign 2. Standing up from a chair without using your hands. There is an action we perform dozens of times a day. Standing up from a chair. But do you use your hands to push yourself up? So be careful. In medicine, we call this the sit-to-stand exercise. To perform this motion without using your hands, you need endurance and strength from the quadriceps, glutes, and lower back. These are the largest muscle groups in the body. Why do I call the legs the second heart? Because the muscles in the calves and thighs act like pumps, squeezing blood vessels to push blood back to the heart against gravity. Weak legs mean poor circulation. A famous study in Brazil on middle-aged and elderly people showed those with low scores on the sit-to-stand test had a mortality rate 5 to 6 times higher. Conversely, for every 1-point increase in the ability to perform this motion smoothly, you reduce your risk of death by 21%. Dennis, 74, used to have the habit of pushing both hands against his knees just to stand up. He thought it was just a normal part of getting old. I challenged him, Dennis, every time a commercial comes on TV, Stand up and sit down 5 times without using your hands. After 1 month, Dennis boasted to me that he could stand up on his own from a soft sofa, the very thing that is a trap for the elderly. Leg strength helped him travel again without needing someone to lean on. Now, those of you watching this video, I guess you are sitting on a chair or sofa. Try it right now. Cross your arms over your chest and stand straight up. Do you feel your thighs shaking? Or do you stand up lightly like a spring? If you can do it, comment below. Number 2, my legs are still very strong. This is how we motivate each other. Sign 3, walking briskly for 10 minutes without stopping. Walking is not just moving. It is a test of the body's mechanical capacity. What qualifies as brisk walking? The medical standard is very clear. You walk at a pace that increases your heart rate, makes you feel warm, and allows you to talk but not sing. If you can maintain this state for 10 continuous minutes without stopping to pant, your cardiopulmonary system is in excellent condition. When you walk fast, the body produces nitric oxide, a miracle gas that helps dilate blood vessels, making them more elastic. It is like unclogging the water pipes in your house. People who maintain this habit usually have stable blood pressure and naturally controlled blood sugar levels without needing too much medication. Frank, 68, was diagnosed with prediabetes and was constantly tired. He started by walking to the end of the street and back. It took only 4 minutes, but he was out of breath. I told him, "Don't rush, just add 30 seconds every day." After 6 months, Frank could not only walk for 10 minutes but did 30 minutes of brisk walking every morning. His blood test results surprised me. Inflammatory markers dropped significantly, and most importantly, Frank said he felt lighter in the head. Walking pumped oxygen to the brain, washing away accumulated stress. A small tip for you: do not wait until you have time to walk. Turn every activity into an exercise. Walk briskly when going to the supermarket. Walk fast from the parking lot to the house. These 10-minute accumulations are the cheapest health insurance in the world. Sign 4, sharp memory for details. The final sign of part 1 lies in the command center. Do you remember the name of the neighbor you met yesterday? Do you remember where you put your keys? In our brain, there is an area called the hippocampus, responsible for converting short-term memories into long-term ones. This area is extremely sensitive to aging and stress. If you still remember small details, it proves that blood flow to the brain is still good and your neurons are still creating new connections, neuroplasticity. Tips from Dr. David. Do not let the brain be lazy. The brain is a muscle. If not used, it will wither. Challenge monotony. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. This forces the brain to create a new neural pathway. End-of-day recall. Before sleeping, spend 2 minutes recalling in detail everything you did during the day in reverse order. This is a very powerful exercise for memory. My friends, we have gone through the first 4 signs: neural balance, leg strength, cardiopulmonary endurance, and mental sharpness. Do you notice the common point? They are all a combination of body and mind. If you achieve all 4 of these signs, you are on the right track to reaching 100. But do not be complacent, as physical health is only half the story. We will explore the remaining 4 signs. Those are the secret weapons that help you not just live long, but live a life of dignity and happiness. Sign 5. The ability to squat and stand up safely. Many people ask me, "Dr. David, why is the squat so important to you? I don't go to the gym." My answer is always, squatting is not a gym exercise. It is a survival skill. When you sit down to pick something up, take care of plants, or simply use the restroom, your entire musculoskeletal system must work. Ankles must be flexible, knees must be stable, and especially the hip joints must open up. At age 65 plus, if the hips are stiff from sitting too much, the burden falls on the lumbar spine. That is why many people get a herniated disc just by leaning down to pick up a pen. The ability to squat safely proves your joint capsules still secrete enough lubricating fluid and your ligaments still maintain elasticity. Linda, 70, lived in extreme fear of falling. She dared not lean down or sit low. This caused her thigh muscles to wither quickly. I guided Linda to start with the box squat, squatting with a chair. She stood in front of a sturdy chair, slowly lowered her buttocks as if to sit, but only touched lightly and then stood up immediately. After 2 months, Linda could not only pick up dropped items herself, but could also join a flower arrangement class, where she had to stand and bend continuously. She said, "Doctor, I feel like my legs have roots firmly planted in the ground now." Practical exercise on the spot. I want you to try with me. Stand straight, feet shoulder-width apart. Imagine an invisible chair behind you. Lower yourself, keep your back straight, eyes looking forward. If you feel knee pain, stop and use your hands to hold onto a table. Tip: shift your weight to your heels, not your toes. If you can do this 5 times in a row without feeling dizzy or sore, your movement system is at least 10 years younger than your actual age. Sign 6. Deep and refreshing sleep. The 6th sign is what I call miracle in the night. If you wake up and feel full of energy without needing that first cup of coffee, you possess a treasure. Did you know that our brain does not have a lymphatic system like the body? Instead, it has a brainwashing system called the glymphatic system. This system is most active only when you are in deep sleep. Imagine your brain as a city after a busy day. Waste, toxic proteins like amyloid beta, fills the streets. When you sleep deeply, brain cells shrink, creating space for cerebrospinal fluid to flood in and sweep away all the waste. Without this process, waste will accumulate and cause Alzheimer's and memory loss. Golden advice from Dr. David: the 3-2-1 rule. To have a long life sleep, apply this rule. 3 hours before bed. Stop eating completely to let the stomach rest. 2 hours before bed. Stop working. Let the brain exit the fight state. 1 hour before bed. Stop using all electronic screens, phones, TV. Blue light is the enemy of melatonin, the sleep hormone. How many hours did you sleep last night? Do you often wake up in the middle of the night? Please share your pre-sleep habits in the comments. I will read and give feedback to each of you so we can all have restful nights. Sign 7. Curiosity and the spirit of learning. I often tell my patients, you don't grow old because of time. You grow old because of dullness. The 7th sign of a long-lived person is that they always have a why in their head. When you learn something new, a language, a musical instrument, or even how to use a new app on your phone, the brain creates new synapses, nerve connections. In medicine, we call this cognitive reserve. It is like building more side roads in a city. If a main road is blocked due to aging, the brain will automatically transmit information through the side roads. Samuel came to me at age 76 with the mindset of someone waiting to pass away. I gave him an old camera and said, "Every day, take a photo for me of something you find beautiful." Samuel began to learn about aperture, light, and composition. He joined online photography groups and made friends with 20-year-old youngsters. 3 years later, Samuel looked much younger. He said, "Dr. David, I am not just taking photos. I am photographing my own future. Every morning I wake up curious to see how beautiful the light will be today." That is dopamine, the hormone of reward and excitement, the best anti-aging medicine. Never say, "I am old. I cannot learn anymore." Your brain has the capacity to stretch until your last breath. Start learning something today, even the smallest thing. The final sign, and also the one I cherish the most: serenity. Every time you feel grateful or peaceful, your body reduces the production of cortisol, the stress hormone. Do you know what chronic stress does? It attacks the telomeres, the caps at the ends of chromosomes. The shorter the telomeres, the faster cells die, and the faster you age. Gratitude is the glue that helps lengthen these telomeres. Major sociological studies in the US indicate that people with an optimistic outlook and who regularly practice gratitude live an average of 11 to 15% longer than pessimistic people. This is equivalent to adding about 10 years of life simply by changing your attitude. Practical exercise. 3-item gratitude journal every morning. Before getting out of bed, think of 3 things you are grateful for. It doesn't need to be anything big. A good night's sleep, sunlight by the window, or a fragrant cup of tea. This mindset will create a protective film for you against the bumps of life throughout the day. My friends, we have gone through a long journey together with 8 signs of longevity. From standing on one leg, standing up from a chair, walking fast, to deep sleep, curiosity, and gratitude. You see, living to 100 is not a luxury medical miracle, nor is it the result of expensive drugs. It is the result of small daily choices. Sometimes, just choosing to stand up without using your hands, choosing to learn a new word, or choosing to smile at a difficulty, means you are writing a new page for your life story. Even if you only see yourself having 1 or 2 signs in this list, do not be discouraged. The human body has an amazing capacity for recovery. Just start today, and the body will respond to you with health and clarity. I always believe that each of you has a latent internal source of strength. If you find my sharing today valuable, please give me a like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. Let us create a community of healthy and happy seniors together. Please leave a comment right below. I am determined to live a brilliant 100 years to mark your milestone of change from this very moment. Thank you for spending your precious time listening. I am Dr. David, and I will always accompany you on the road to healthy living. See you in the next videos. I wish you a life of peace and health.